This is the Normal Nerds Podcast, where two very normal dudes talk about very nerdy stuff. And everywhere else we feel like talking about. I'm your host, Maxwell Cercio.
And I'm your host, who knows when to stop being a greedy dragon who wants all the gold, Davis Bates.
This episode, we're talking about the breaking Wizards of the Coast news. So sit back, relax, and welcome to the Normal Nerds Podcast. All right, Davis.
Yo.
Bad time in the nerd realm.
Dude, yeah, seriously, what the hell? What is Wizards thinking?
Yeah, this isn't good. Yeah, it's bad. So, for those who don't know what we're talking about, this is maybe the first place you're hearing it. Wizards of the Coast has decided to be greedy fucks. We've talked about it. Maybe we mentioned it before.
We've talked about one D&D before, and we talked about Wizards purchasing D&D.
Purchasing D&D?
Purchasing D&D Beyond.
Purchasing D&D.
Yeah. Which is how they're getting the content, right?
Well, yeah. So at first it seemed like Wizard was like, "Oh, D&D is just super unmonetized, so we want to monetize it more." Which I was like, first I was like, "How the fuck do you do that?"
Yeah.
But I was
and they also talked about. Okay, sorry. Keep going. Sorry.
Well, what? No, but
after they did that, they talked about just like this is like maybe 2 months ago.
Yeah, probably.
They talked about axing. There was rumors they were going to axe all third party D&D content and all that stuff.
And then Wizards came out, by the way, owned by Hasbro. I'm going to blame Hasbro mainly on this, but Wizards of the Coast is also at fault.
Yes.
The Wizards came out and was like, "Oh, no, we're not going to do any of this kind of stuff. All these rumors, guys, relax." And then today, this podcast is coming out on the 11th. This is the 10th right now. Today, there was, or the day before, I think it was, there was a leaked document of what so it's called the Opening Gaming License.
Oh, gee. Okay, that's what the article. I didn't understand the articles were saying. I skimmed.
Yeah,
I didn't know what that meant. Okay.
So they have the OGL 1. Now, let's start out with this, because you're going to see a lot of people talking about this. We're not lawyers.
No.
So I don't legal aspects. I know there's some people talking about legal aspects and whatnot. I don't know how any of that works. But I'm just going to talk about from like the information that we have read.
Yes.
OGL 1.1 is a lot different. Pretty much, like you said, they're trying to shut down everything that has D&D, and I hate this term, backbones built into it. So if it's like based off of D&D, such as Pathfinder, they can make money off of it.
Yeah. Yep. But this extends also to so much other content out there. So many more D&D creators. Critical Role was the one that's been that's the name that's been rolling around constantly. And they have some weird. We'll have to see as it all comes out. Maybe the nerddom will rage against this so much that they'll have to axe it. But
I'm hoping.
But from what I read, it seems that at the moment, for those people who monetize, who get money off of doing this third party D&D content like Critical Role or like on YouTube or something like that, if you make under like $50,000 a year on this stuff, you have to report that to Wizards. But if you make astronomical sums, there is a lot of money. It was like in the hundreds of thousands. But if you make that kind of stuff, you have to start paying Wizards X amount of percentage of whatever you're making. I don't know what that percent is.
It was like 25 to 30%.
Jesus Christ!
Ridiculous amount.
That's so much money.
So not only
what the hell, Wizards?
Yeah. And on top of that, I've read it's even if you make like $1 off of Wizards, they might not take your money, but you have to full on like show them your profit margins. You have to give them like your entire financials of the whole entire thing.
That is ridiculous.
Just to use it.
That is ridiculous. What are they thinking?
They're thinking, so things they have said, the reasonings for this, to prevent bad actors from portraying D&D, which who gives a shit?
Guys, you know that you're Wizards, you're the bad actors right now. Yeah. Like that, you are the bad guys in this situation. Like, what are you talking about?
If someone has a shitty D&D channel where they're like doing it terribly, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
No one's watching that.
And no one will watch. That's the point of D&D too. It's for everyone, including your bad actors, whoever they are. If you have bad D&D content, you have bad content. No one watches you. No one listens to you. I barely watch Critical Role other than like Vox Machina's show
that's another huge hit.
But I know that'll take a massive hit. But I have seen Critical Role and I haven't watched any other D&D people out there. So like only the most popular are really surviving right now. And what I just don't get about this is like you're taking a game built on imagination. Like you guys, like Wizards, like D&D, I don't know if you guys don't get this or not. It's like so much less of a game on paper and so much of a game that everyone else builds and makes. Like every D&D campaign can be unique. The things that players do can be unique. It's a game literally that's 90% built on imagination. And you're going to try and restrict that and monetize the 10% that you control. That's insane. That you're going to like, they're going to kill one D&D with this. No one's going to get that anyways, I don't think, but I think they're definitely not going to get it now.
I was actually interested in D&D 1. I really was. Just because like we got
in the virtual battle map.
That was cool, but I did like their like idea, which seems weird now that they even opened this idea that like we got an input on it.
That is true,
and,
yeah.
Like the fans were like, no, yeah, Nat 20s definitely should still count. Like, you know, we get to decide how they work instead of them just being like, it was good to see. It wasn't just rules lawyers who showed up. Like a lot of people were like, oh yeah, no, add this, add that. So I was like, oh, they actually care about us.
Yeah, they actually want fan like endorsement for this.
Apparently not.
No, that's a complete lie.
So originally, one of the things they said before the OGL came out, which by the way, I was just reading this article, which you might see me do throughout the podcast, just because this is all things happening now, and we don't have a producer. If we had a producer, we would totally be fine.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Speaking into our ears.
Yes.
Is White Hack, place that sells D&D stuff, just removed all their D&D stuff. Oh. See, this was going to happen.
Killing it. They're already killing D&D.
This is what's going to happen.
How far is this going to extend to? Like this could hit like people like sellers on Etsy and all that shit.
It will 100% will. They pretty much they said that it was anything with a D&D like name on it or like associated to the backbones of D&D. So first of all, you don't own dice.
Yeah, that's fact. You guys don't own dice.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So if someone wanted to make it really cool, like we definitely have things. I have things from Etsy.
I have a binder from Etsy right now that has D&D right on the front of it.
Yeah, that says Dungeons and Dragons. That's gone.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
Or they're going to charge the store like, hey, you guys owe us like 25% of your profits.
Oh
which
my
see you
god.
later, Etsy sellers.
How incredibly greedy.
It's like okay. Hopefully it doesn't get me canceled on the podcast.
Here we go. I like how I know what you're about to say, and you always start it the same way. It's like for one. You always get very formal with it when you're about to start talking about this.
That I love capitalism?
Yes.
Yeah, I love capitalism. I think capitalism is a great thing. However, so someone instantly I could see being like, well, if you like capitalism, how can you hate on doing this? Just because I like capitalism doesn't mean I can't shit on a business for being jackasses.
There are bad business practices in capitalism. Like, that's a thing.
Oh, 100%. That's a thing. And there's good ones too. But so if someone came up to you and was like, D&D has to be a bad product. The way they have set it up currently for revenue. It can't make that much money. No. It makes a lot of money.
Yes.
A lot of money to the point you don't need any more money. But it really can't make that much money. I mean, all you're doing is selling books every once in a while. No one fucking buys modules. You're a loser if you do.
Yeah, seriously.
And they don't have...
Maybe figurines, but that's about it.
Yeah, and they don't really have, like... No one buys dice from Wizards of the Coast.
Ew, gross. Yeah. What the fuck would do that?
And they don't get... And I could totally understand if they were like, hey, listen, just because you are using our product, could you just, like, you know, toss us, like, you know, 5% of your revenue margins to like people making $750,000 more.
Yeah.
That I would be like, you know what? Fair. Fine. And if they were like, we're not going to shut down Etsy sellers or anything like this. Like we realize it's getting more popular. Sorry, we want to make money off of guys, but we don't want to get in the way. So,
yeah.
But instead they were like, no, fuck that.
Yeah.
We want it all.
We really want to sit upon a pile of gold like dragons. That's what we want right now. Like this is ridiculous. I really hope, and especially with D&D, like, you know, forever crawling into the mainstream here.
It's gotten so popular.
And it has been more popular. I hope this doesn't kill it. Because if you start destroying, no one likes base D&D. Everyone changes. Your regular player's handbook, everyone modifies the rules, and unless you're literally the worst person ever.
Or like a child.
Yeah, or a child, exactly. Like if baby's first D&D game, you'll hear the rules. But like any veteran player is changing some things in their own way.
100%.
Yeah, like any DM is modifying stuff to make it fit better in the world. And that's like all you have the rights to. And by destroying other content and making it the only thing on the market isn't going to make it more popular. People are just going to start having... Now people are just going to do... Now... There'll still be amazing D&D stories out there. This won't be out there for us to enjoy too. Mm-hmm. That's all you're doing. You're just hurting the D&D community. That's all 100%. It's happening, Wizards. What a bunch
There's
of
like I can't remember what it's called, like maybe the DM's Guild or something like that. It's like this website where people put up their own content for D&D stories, and you can purchase them, which I have for a campaign that we done.
Yeah.
That Circus Night
Yeah,
Ride
that thing
Circus
was a
thing.
blast.
Yeah, and it was like 99 cents. They're charging nothing.
Yes.
So whoa, watch out, D&D. You're losing 99 cents.
Oh my god.
And that entire website's gonna get shut the fuck down. And I think that's awesome. How cool is that? Like, first of all, like if you wanted to some way, like, okay, we want to advertise on this website or something, whatever, I get it. Like, it's your property, so I do understand that aspect. But if their idea is like to pretty much shut that down,
Yeah.
and it's like you have a free team of writers.
I know.
Like, you have people playing your game. So many people are playing your
Yes.
game, and I get it. You want to make money, but like, you set it up like this for the past 20 years, and you decided never to change it. But the second it got popular,
Yeah.
they were like,
Nope, we're changing everything right now. We can't do this anymore. We have to make all this money out of this. I just don't get, like I said earlier in the podcast, like, I don't get how you're trying to tax imagination now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what you are gonna hurt D&D so much with this, and I hope it doesn't kill like it's crawl to the mainstream, because
I think it's gonna. First off, I think they're gonna backtrack on this
I think so too. There's a lot of outrage.
because the
Like, a
second it
lot.
came out, like the D&D community was like, no.
And you're going after nerds who, some of them don't have anything else to do but play D&D. So those are usually the worst enemies to have. I'm not gonna lie. They don't have anything else to do. They're not gonna stop.
And the whole D&D community is like all on the same page on this one.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, because third-party content's great.
Well, they're dumb because they also were like, well, we noticed that DMs are the one who buy our stuff the most. It's like, well, yeah, that makes
No
fucking
shit.
A character needs dice and a character sheet. That's all they fucking need.
Exactly. You need one D&D party needs a player's handbook at best. Like, at best. Not everyone has to have a player's handbook. They're not going to all buy player's handbooks. Those things cost $60-70 a piece.
I know.
So, like, stop it. Just stop it. I've never owned a player's handbook in my life, and I never will.
But on top of that,
I'm a forever player character, by the way, guys. Never
You're
DM.
what?
I'm a forever player character.
yeah,
I'll never DM.
I'll probably own one. I don't own one. I probably will own one eventually. I just like having one. But but you know what's like funny to the point you're saying is like, yes, when you start a D&D campaign, one person gets one. And you know what happens, Wizards of the Coast? As the game goes on and people really start enjoying it, other people are like, you know what? I'd like to own one. And then some people are like, I wouldn't like to own one. But then there's like 4 players' handbooks at the fucking table. But if you cut it off right from the start,
Yes. No shot.
no shot.
No shot.
And that's what they're doing. They're cutting it off. Like, and dude, think about all the things you read online
I know.
about things that's another thing. You will absolutely 100% lose so many people if they start breaking down the spell things.
Oh my god!
Oh,
I'll lose
see
my
you
shit.
later.
There's apps I use for my spells right
Yeah.
now. Like, if you start taking your spells, like the easy to remember spell
And you
list
can only use it on
offline,
D&D Beyond.
I'm gonna delete the D&D Beyond. I will delete it.
100%.
I will delete
It will
it.
be behind a paywall.
Yep, it'll be behind a paywall. I will delete it. I will find some bootleg spell list out there, print it out, and I will go analog with this shit.
Oh yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, because I could see them doing it because they literally said like verbatim like they want to do microtransactions, which I'm like,
Hate that.
it's not a video game, guys. Like, you can't microtransaction. You got like, what do you like? Oh, guys, if you want to roll a dice, you have to wait another hour, so pay $1 now. It's like, who? What are you talking about?
You're monetizing 10% of a game. Like,
I know.
You don't control the other 90.
It's a bad model, yes, for a product. Like, it's like an imagination game. Like, hey guys,
Yes.
do you want this little map that helps you do imagination? And
Yes.
you're like, yeah, cool. And then after that, you're no longer involved.
Yeah, you guys literally have no more control. Like that's just how D&D works. It's amazing and it's great and it's sweeping the nation. But like, god damn it, people, hands off. Just keep it's like it's enough. Yeah, the system was perfect before. Let the system stay as it is. Keep coming out with additions. Everyone likes that, sort of. But like, just don't do this anymore. We're looking up.
Sorry, I'm just trying to look up research here and stuff. So, Cobalt Press, which I do know.
That's Critical Roles, isn't it?
They do work with Critical Role.
Okay.
One of the largest publishers of content under... Wait, is it Critical Role?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Critical Roles.
Let me look.
They have the Cobalt Press, and they had something else. It was like the
It's a role-playing company.
yeah.
It's a role company. But, so... They just said... Which, fuck yeah, good for them. They just said one of the largest publishers of the OGL released a statement on their website announcing their intent to work on a new core fantasy tabletop rule set. Available, open, and subscription free for those who love it. Codename Project Black Flag. Good for you guys.
Nice.
See, D&D, this is where you fucked up, and I want to talk about this. You doing this, you just open... D&D is pretty much a monopoly on tabletop role-playing game. Not an actual monopoly, but like, everyone plays D&D. No one plays fucking... Some people play Pathfinder, some people play other stuff, but they just like dabble in those maybe.
Yeah. D&D is
a thing. So all they did doing this was just open up competition.
Oh boy, yeah.
Because now people are going to be like, all right, fuck you. We'll make our own game and we'll make it available to everybody. Everybody will love it, and then we'll be popular for 5 years.
Yes, and once again, because your game here, D&D, is 90% imagination, they don't have to try that hard to make it. They don't have to do that much to make this game. So what are they doing? Explain to me. They're making essentially their own D&D right now?
Yes, they're making their own D&D.
I wonder how different it'll be from actual D&D.
But that's the thing, too, is like, so Wizards is like fools on so many levels. Like, it's like, okay, you don't own elves.
No.
You don't own dwarves. Don't own orcs. You don't own those things.
No.
Can be used anywhere else.
Yep.
You don't own sorcerers. You don't own wizards. You don't own warlocks.
Yep.
You don't own these things. Yeah, maybe the warlocks won't have a patron. They'll have a daddy. I don't know.
Yeah. Sugar daddy, yeah. Contract god, I don't know.
I think the only thing they own is probably halfling.
Yeah.
Because the only reason they're called halflings is because the Tolkien estate owns the word hobbit.
Ah, okay.
So that's why they're called halflings. They wanted to call them hobbits, but Tolkien estate was like,
you can't. Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
So you don't own all these things. You might own some spells like Big B's Big Hand and Tasha's like Cauldron of Laughter or all these kind of things. You own those, but you definitely don't own the word fireball.
Nope. No, you do not. And you're going to have a hell of a time trying to monopolize that.
This is going to... Like, how do you... We want to... It's impossible.
It's not going to work. This is already... Yeah, like a Cold Wall Press, they're already doing it. They're already raging against this, and this is just going to... Floodgates are open. I think you're right. Like... You have nerds. You have so many nerds out there who are like, these are the nerds too who like have always wanted to tweak the rules themselves, but it's never did because it's probably too hard or something like that. Now they're like, now's my chance. Now I can put out something better than 5e or something like that, which I don't know if that's possible, but they're going to try, and you're going to get fucked over in the process. People are not going to buy your stuff. Nope, I'm probably not.
Well, that's why that website was called DM's Guild, by the way. We're like, no one's going to buy their stuff.
No. It's not.
I don't buy their stuff to begin with. I'm sorry.
This is true. Yeah, you have crappy stuff.
It's not even crappy. It's expensive.
I know. And ever since I stopped playing Magic, there's really no reason for me to be buying from you guys anymore. Like Magic the Gathering. Stick to that. You can monetize that all you want because that's a physical card game. You need physical cards to play that. That makes total sense. That game is like 90% physical, 10% imagination of how the cards are going to work together. D&D's the opposite of that.
Yep.
It's like, stick to what you know. Don't fuck with this shit.
So a while ago, Wizards of the Coast came out. They're like, the OGL is not going away. OGL 1, not going away.
That was a lie.
You will still be able to create new D&D content, publish it anywhere, and game with your friends and followers in all the ways that make great in the community. Thousands of creators publishing on Kickstarter, DM's Guild. You can still do it. And now they're like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
Here's a big worry, though, is... Critical Role's subreddit has blocked all talk of the OGL.
Oh, no.
And I'm worried that Critical Role is going to fold.
Yeah.
And that is not a good look, guys.
No.
I know you don't listen to this podcast, and I hope somehow it makes you. Guys, you're better than that.
Yeah.
You are better than that. The fans, I'll be so pissed.
I will be mad.
I will be pissed if they fold.
I'll be really mad. I want to say on a level I'd get it, because like their entire income is now based on D&D, so they could be up a creek without a paddle, but at the same time, like, you guys are critical. You guys are fans. Like, keep D&D. Don't try and ruin the game. Don't fold to them.
Oh, also,
you guys can definitely survive on your own. You could
make something else.
You can make something else up. Yeah, you guys are smart enough. Go over to Cobalt Press there, grab their rules, and you can still call yourself Critical Role. That those two words are not owned by Wizards, I don't think.
Nope. And neither is a D20.
Neither is a D20. That's facts.
Another reason why another bad thing, this is such a bad thing, is not only that they would get to, like, you'd have to pay royalties. They also put, I got to pull it up, I'm going to say it verbatim, is that they get to, like, full on control, like they can step in and, like, change creativity aspects.
What?
So if, like, Critical Role was like, oh, we want to do this, and they were like, oh, that's too dark for something, or like a Disney level.
I didn't even think about that.
Like a Disney level, or like they'd be like, push this module so you guys play that.
This is gonna be a Shadow League of figures now, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
just hanging out. Wizards is gonna be up there hanging out. It's like, yes, now make them dense.
So another thing that I read, that a reason for this is the earlier Hasbro stock went 10% down because I don't play MTG enough, but I guess they fucked up Magic the Gathering by overproducing cards.
Looking at a pattern here, Wizards.
Yep. I guess there was a Black Lotus card that sold for like $200,000 or something like that in an auction. And of course, Wizards was like, why aren't we part of that? So they printed out a bunch of Black Lotuses in packs of like, they were $999. No one fucking bought them. They lost a shit ton of money on it because who cares?
Yeah.
You can't even use a Black Lotus in a goddamn deck.
Yeah, it's banned across everything.
I know. At this point, it's art because it's rare. That's how it works.
Pretty
you
much.
buy the Mona Lisa because it's rare.
Yes. That's all you got.
Not because it looks really pretty.
No.
It's not even that good of a painting.
There's better paintings out there, trust me.
But they
I
started
am art history minor.
But then they started, I guess, just producing a shit ton of cards. And first of all, Magic's still not that popular. Let's get that on the table.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with
not
that.
as being popular as Dungeons and Dragons is at this point, which is surprising because I think Dungeons and Dragons is nerdier than Magic.
I agree with that. Yes.
But yeah, Wizards is they are. If they don't take this down, I think Dungeons and Dragons will die.
I don't know. Yeah.
100% think it will die because someone will make something new.
Yeah.
And they're already working on it, and
Yes.
we would just move. And honestly, like, well, maybe not. If they got rid of the spell list thing,
That'd be really.
then I'd be like, if they ever got rid of that, I'd be like, okay, we don't need to stop playing D&D. We have the books, we have the
Yes,
dice,
we can get
we have
around
the
this.
knowledge,
Get around it.
whatever. If they got rid of like the spells, I'd be like, let's move to the other thing.
Yep. I agree with that.
Yep.
Because it's stupid. It's
If they go through this, I'll never buy anything from Wizards of the Coast.
No,
ever.
F that. If they ruin one of the best games ever to exist, I will be banned, gone.
Yep.
That's how capitalism works, guys.
Yep.
We don't have to buy from them.
That's my only thing is I do think that they are gonna, especially now the global press is like, we're gonna make our own game, make it available to everyone.
I think they're
like,
gonna fold.
I don't think they understood. Like, I think they think they're like, oh my god, we're D&D.
Yeah.
There's nothing these people can do.
Yeah.
Nah. And then someone's like, I'll make a game, and they're
Yeah.
probably like, oh shit.
Oh no. Hey guys,
And
we're
it's on
just kidding. Kickstarter. You're fucked. You're so done.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No one loves Kickstarter more than nerds.
Yeah, it's their bread and butter, man. Oh my god.
D&D,
Yeah.
no one's buying D&D one.
No, absolutely not.
No one's buying D&D one.
Not at all.
If they,
It was interesting. It was an interesting concept, but like, 5e is hard to beat, and now that you've done this,
No,
people
yeah,
are just
yeah.
gonna be if you keep this, no
The
shit.
damage is also semi-done.
Yeah, it's true. People are really pissed.
Even
at
the
Wizards
fact
right
that
now.
they were even thinking about this.
I know it's insane.
Like, we want to make more money off this. Like, you guys make like you
all you had to do is keep D&D the same. That's all you had to do. I don't know why. They're
You're making
always,
movies and stuff.
I know.
And a TV show.
Do
on
that.
Paramount, which I bet Paramount is probably like, fuck.
Yeah, we're in
They
trouble.
just made a contract with a D&D show that they're probably like, fuck.
Yeah.
Everyone's just, if you type in Wizards of the Coast, it's just a bunch of shit all over it.
Yeah, people are really not happy with this company, dude. It's gonna be, the shitstorm is gonna go on for a few days, and then I think my bet right now is they're gonna fold. I think they have
think
to.
they're gonna
I think if an entire fan base starts yelling at them, they're gonna be like,
And now, like, other
With
companies,
that would scare me. That if I was Wizards, that would scare the shit out of me.
Global
That would
Press
be
is
my
like,
like, oh god.
we're going to make our own game.
After I called legal to make sure we can't shut it down, I'd be like, oh, pull it back, pull everything back, pull everything back, pull
They
everything
have
back.
a legal team that definitely probably knows, like, okay, guys, here's the things. We can't use, like, these ability scores. We can't use, like, this aspect.
Yeah.
But, like, we can't call it this specifically.
Yeah, but you can 100% change it all up.
Yeah, but
You know
but there's
what
so
also
many things
pissed
in
me off? I
D&D
read
that they
somewhere
don't
too.
own.
What's something that pissed me off too is that like if people like so there's a million kabillion modified players sheets out there that people will
they're
do,
sick.
and I read in an article that they're gonna like go after those.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh dude, they've wanted those. I know for a fact they want all those dead
Oh,
because they make no money. They sell character sheets,
why?
which Sean bought. I don't know what that was.
I don't know.
Yeah, they sell character
Oh,
sheets.
there's always a lemming out there.
Which, like, first of all, stop selling just a simple piece of paper.
Yeah, it's paper.
Yeah,
It's paper.
it's not even like beautiful art or anything on it. It's not complex mathematics, not things that I couldn't do on it. It's
Yeah.
just literally the most simple piece of paper.
It really is.
And yours always look terrible.
I know. Looks
Yeah,
so bad.
they sell character sheets, and I bet they fucking hate that you can you can just print character sheets off. Once again,
It's paper.
you're trying to make the game more accessible. And that is an aspect of making it accessible. First of all, you need one character goddamn sheet for one campaign.
I know. That's all you need.
And then, okay, if someone gets their hand on one character sheet, we'll just copy it.
Yeah, that's all. That's all we're gonna do.
Like,
Copiers exist, and I'll print a billion copies. I use an electronic character sheet now, but fuck paper.
See you later.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
you
I saved
later.
the PDF, so I should be fine. But
Oh, you saved in PDF.
yeah,
Okay.
I saved it. I saved it. I got ahead of this wave.
I knew it was coming.
I knew it was coming.
Well,
But,
that's the other
yeah,
thing.
shit like that's gonna go away too. And it's like this is ridiculous.
You're taking away creativity.
You're bad for the environment right now because now we have to use more paper.
Yep.
Greenpeace, go after them.
Yeah. Bad for the environment. See, it's bad on all angles.
It's so bad.
It's bad for
this
the children.
Is a terrible business idea. Why are you doing this?
I don't think they understood how. First of all, everyone who's in charge of this idea doesn't play D&D.
I guess so.
Because I don't think they understand what it is.
You'd think the epitome of a nerd company would understand how their games actually work. No. But apparently not. Apparently they're just throwing caution to the wind, out on their boats, being absolute, I don't know, sports people. I don't know. They're not. Apparently, they're not playing D&D and being nerds.
No, they're not.
They're just being idiots. Oh, bro, this is a bad idea.
Oh, it's a horrible idea. I just want to say another thing is yeah. And if they destroy Critical Role, which I don't think I think Critical Role will survive, even if they move away from D&D. First of all, that means the show's going. That's a fact.
That's what he said. Vox Machina is awesome.
Yeah, and Vox Machina is part of the actual Wizards of the Coast shit. Wizards of the Coast sells Vox Machina stuff.
Really?
Yeah. The Evermounts or Wildmount is part.
Oh.
Yeah, I
didn't know that.
They worked with Wizards of the Coast and made Wildmount.
Huh.
I
did not know that.
So, guess who owns the rights to that now? Probably Critical Role. They are pretty. I don't know how. I know they left Geek and Sundry because Geek and Sundry was trying to get in the way of creativity things, and they were like, "Fuck that, we're just going to make our own company."
Yeah.
So that does give me a little hope that
they'll just say
them shutting it down in the subreddit. That's
a little concerning.
That's a little concerning.
Why are we not talking about stuff? Why are you not letting free speech happen there?
Yeah.
I
don't like it.
That's
but
a little
if
weird.
they ruin the show, which if this OGL goes through, which we both predict it won't.
Yeah, that's the prediction right now. And if it does, there's gonna be another podcast episode.
Oh my god, yeah. It won't go into effect till January 1st, 2024.
2024, so a whole year.
So
all right,
they have a whole year to sweat
pirate
on
all your stuff right now, guys.
Yeah, whole year to sweat on how much they're gonna hate this. So I'm trying to burn through Critical Role right now.
Nice.
But if they ruin Critical Role,
oh my god, if Critical Role goes behind a paywall,
I will kill.
And it's off YouTube, that would be awful.
Or podcast.
Oh my god, that'd be awful. That'd be so stupid.
Yeah.
Oh.
But if they ruined Critical Role, I think them doing this regardless, D&D's done. See you later. We're all going to move on to other things. This opens up every tabletop company. Just was like,
yeah. This is Christmas for them.
We've been waiting for this giant to fall.
Yep.
But if they do that, and I think it'll ruin the company. But if they do that, and on top of that, destroy Critical Role in the process, you are so dead.
Yeah.
You are so dead.
No
and
shot.
you ruined the biggest free advertisement you've ever had in your entire life.
Yes, you did.
So many
That's
people.
all they had to do. They literally could just ask, can we let us advertise on your sites?
Oh yeah.
People have been fine with that.
Yeah.
This would not have caused that much controversy.
They could have been. They could have literally just been like, "Hey guys, we're gonna take 3% of your revenue, 3 to 5% of your revenue, and just say I guess they do in the beginning, a bunch of nerdy voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
So they'd have, yeah. God damn it, you're gonna ruin the opening.
I know. It's all gonna be bad. I don't know.
Well,
we'll probably be back. If this doesn't go away, we'll probably be back in a few days talking about it. But
I bet we will have an update episode next week.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea for us. Yeah, or at least mention it somewhere in the podcast because we should keep an eye on this.
Well, they Wizard of the Coast tweeted today that they're be patient. We're working on something.
Unless you're pulling it all back, I don't know what patience you want right now.
There's times you watching movies, emergency boardroom meetings. I'd love to be a fly on the wall in this one.
Oh my god, yeah.
Just
I just imagine the inside of remember the episode of SpongeBob where his brain's on fire and everything. And they're they throw out his name. It's just running around in chaos in there.
I usually don't like when things get leaked. I just think it's breach. It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. I don't know why you're doing that, but
yeah, but yeah, thank God. I swear to God, it was someone at.
Someone's like, I have to save this.
Yeah, because there are people at Wizard of the Coast who there's one of the guys at Wizard of the Coast who is a huge writer for the books and comes up with spells and whatnot. Has been on Critical Role multiple times, and they're friends with the guy.
Really?
So I could see him being someone fuck this.
Yeah, it's a bad idea.
No player likes this.
No, not in the slightest.
No, not a.
There's no party out there that likes this. There's none. Everyone's like, why are you fucking with you're literally coming into our houses now to do this.
Yeah,
like, get out of here. Get out of here. This is imagination. Let us imagine.
Thank you, Normal Nerd Nation, for listening and maybe even watching another podcast episode. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, and Instagram. Davis is always posting hilarious memes on there.
Also, like and subscribe while you're at it, and leave a rating if you have some time. It helps people find the show.